Did you know that Glitzy Fritzy and I are doing a collab on the easy makeup look using one palette to go from day to night? You're going to absolutely love this, but before we get into our tutorial, I want to be sure and tell you to scroll on down and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be sure and ring the little bell. It'll notify you of my future videos. Now let's talk about Glitzy Fritzy. I love Mary to death. So many people have contacted me wanting me to collab with Mary because they think we're both funny. Well, granted, I think we're kind of a hoot sometimes, okay? I told Mary from the very beginning in her YouTube career, you got to specialize on eye looks, okay? Because, I mean, she has a gift. I can't wait to see what Mary has come up with, and we're going to have so much fun. Now, I've already done some of my face to cut down on video timing. I used, quickly to let you know, I used my Capture Total by Dior. Love it. One of my very favorites, if not the favorite. Then I used the Smashbox Contour and Bronzing Kit. I think I've shown this to you in my Sephora favorites. Love it. Absolutely love it. In my blush that I have on, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Ecstasy, and it's a beautiful blush. I'm wearing it now. Alright, and then the lipstick I used was Bitch Perfect by Charlotte Tilbury. That's what I have on now. Now, what we're getting ready to do is to do the eye look. And remember, what we're trying to do is to put on a day eye look and transform it into evening. With cocktails with the girls, or with your sugar booger, significant other, or perhaps you're going to an event. We can take one day look and it's easy peasy. So, the palette that I have chosen, and I've changed 3 times, but I noticed in all of your suggestions that you were wanting me to do the Charlotte Tilbury, the Vamp, the Vintage Vamp palette. So I kept saying, yes, I'll do a look for you. So I'm going to do this one and show you how we transform it, okay? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put a wash over the eye entirely. I'm going into this first color right here, and I'm just going to wash it all over my eyelid. This also helps you set the primer that you put on before, and I always use the Painterly Pot by MAC. So we're just going to go in and do a wash. Always do the corners. Okay, so that's spread pretty even. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is to go into a transition color. Alright, so you just want to tap just a little bit, because I'd rather build, okay, than go buck wild. And I'm just starting up here with the transition. I'm going very lightly because I'm going to build, so we don't have to panic. I want to make sure that outer edge is flipping up a little bit there. I'm going to go back in it again. I want it a little darker. It's a fantastic color, I can just tell you. This whole palette, this Vintage Vamp, is the bomb. Okay, now we're going to do the other eye, because I already told you what I do with one eye, I always go in and do the other eye. Okay? For some reason this eye does a little bit better, but you know, I'm not holding my breath. I'm going to tap again into that color. There's not hardly any fallout, I can tell you this, with her particular palettes, but I always play it safe. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Okay, so I have a transition color. I'm going to turn my brush this way because it enables it to go up a little higher, and it also smooths it out as soon as you flip that brush. But I'm not going to be here talking about major techniques, even though I know you love it and I appreciate it, but I want to get all of this in. Okay, so we have a transition line. Now the beautiful part about her palettes are they are simple. This is your first step, this is your second, this is your third, and this is your pop of color on your lid. I mean, how easy could that be, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to tap in. Let me get another brush because I want to be really precise with this. I'm going to take my little Japanese pointed brush and I'm going to tap here and I'm going to tap here. Okay, now I'm going to start right now creating a V, or you can call it a 7, whatever floats your boat. And I'm going to tap it because I'm doing small steps here with small eyes and hooded eyes. You want to take your time, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Okay, I'm going to go over and do the other side because we're going to blend when I get done. Okay. Now just hang on because we're going to be doing more in just a minute. Alright. You see how simple this is. See why this is a dream to work with. Now, we're going to do some blending. So I'm going to pick up this larger blending brush. I'm going to do round circles. And go up. It doesn't take a lot. Same thing here. Okay. Voila. Believe it or not, we're getting there. Alright. Now we just want a pop of this color on the eyelid. Okay? Now, what's fun about the Charlotte Tilbury, you can use your brush wet or you can use it dry. Now, today, we're just going to, for the day look, use it dry. I'm going through this is a golden kind of shimmer. And I'm going to tap this onto my eye. It's right in the center. See the look we're getting? What'd I tell you, girls? You gotta love this palette. I mean, this is so easy. You can do your eyes in 5 minutes. See, I like an easy palette. I don't want to sit there and have to decide on colors. I don't want to have to do that. I'm too busy. I want a great eye look and I want it fast. And then with my schedule, if I go have cocktails with the girls, you know, later that afternoon, or if I'm going to meet a sugar booger somewhere, you know, for drinks, I just have to know I can depend on a certain color and a certain look, you know, without not having to prick around. Voila. Okay, now, here comes the good stuff. Let's do underneath. Okay, so you want to take pencil brush. Before we do that, I'm going to take this little pop of color here I started with, and I'm going in the corners of my eye. Okay. Think I might use some of the gold as well, because I can. Okay, now let's talk about going underneath, okay, underneath the eye. So what I'm going to do is to go into this color that we used for a transition color, and I'm going to very carefully and softly under the eye just run that, and I'm going to do my flip because I want to join my liner that we're going to have at the top. Alright, let's do it again. And we're running under the eye. Okay, now just in the corner, down on the bottom, like just a third across, I'm going to use the darker color that we use for the outer V. And I want to meet it up with the other. This just gives a little more dimension. It makes them a little, you know, rounder as well. Okay, now I want to kind of blend that out because I don't like anything that looks too underneath. So I'm going to pick up my little pencil, my little brush or my pencil, and smooth all that out. Okay, now let's talk about how we can put liner on. We can do different things. We can line on top of the shadow and just rub it going across. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say this is a Little Techniques slanted brush, okay? You can wet it if you want, or you can put it right into that darker color, and I'm going into the darker color. Alright? Now hopefully you can see this. I'm going to pull my eye taut. I'm not going all the way across. I'm going at the edges, and I'm brushing it back and forth. Because actually all I want to do is just give it a little color. Okay, let's do it again. Now I can flip the brush the other way as well. You see what I mean? See what I'm doing? Okay. And then just flip it up. Voila. Let's do the next eye. I'm doing this fast, so if it isn't the greatest job, bear with me. There you go. Just take that shadow and brush it across. You can do it a couple of times if you want. You can get as dark or light as you want. See, that's why I like shadow, because it comes across as softer, and especially for day. And then just do your little flip. So you see? See how easy that is? Okay, now I tight line also. Okay, so I tight line under the eye, and today I'm going to probably tight line. This is called Alkaline, and this is by Urban Decay. I'm just going to lift this carefully, and I'm tight lining in between the lashes. In between. Not on that waterline, in between the lashes, okay? I'm going to do the same thing over here. In between the lashes. Okay. Sexy. Alright, now I'm getting ready to go off camera, and I'm going to go curl my eyelashes and put my mascara on, and I will be back in a flash. And here is my finished daytime look. As you can see, I just put mascara on my eyelashes, curl them. I have my lipstick and Bitch Perfect already on there, and that is my daytime look. Now let's take it tonight, okay? Now I'm going to take the same little palette that I have, and you know that darker color that I've been talking about? You pick up your little pointed brush again, because remember, you don't have much time. and you want to be out. You don't want to miss all the fun. You got people waiting on you. So you take the darker color here in this palette. Right in here. I hope you can see all this. Tap it. Okay, I'm going to press some more. I'm going to just make this a tad darker on the outside. You see what I'm doing? I'm dressing up the outer V. That's all I'm doing here. And you don't have to blend much of that because it is evening, but I'll show you what we're going to do. Alright, you see that I'm making this darker? Okay, I'm also going to, before I blend, I'm going to take that little pointed slanted brush that I used earlier. I'm going into the darker color here, but I'm just going to take one swipe under there, just to make it a little darker. That's all you're doing. This same color, this and this, combine those two and just make your eye darker underneath. Do you see how I've done that now? Okay. Now I'm just going to pick up a little blending brush and lightly, okay, just make your little circles to kind of blend this together so we just look sweet and darling, okay? Okay. Okay. Now here comes the fun part. Now you're going to put on a little extra blush than you had before, and I'm going to put on a darker lipstick, so I'll be right back. Okay, ladies, this is my evening look. I took, and this is how easy it was. I took one palette and I used it for the easiest day look, as you saw, and all I did was transfer the same down to the bottom. The only thing I did not remove my Bitch Perfect. I blotted it, and I picked up Katy Cat. This is a new color that was sent to me. The new Katy Perry by, I think it's CoverGirl or someone that puts that out. Yeah, CoverGirl. And put this over it to give a little splash of a darker color of red when you go out, because you know everybody loves red. Lined my lips again with red on top of what liner I was already using. No muss, no fuss. Picked up some more blush because it is evening, so you want, you know, a little brighter color, and just dab some along here with my Charlotte Tilbury Ecstasy. Voila! Now I'm ready for evening. You can make your L even darker if you'd like. There's all kinds of ways you can dress it up. But this is how, the easy way, with one palette, to go from daytime to evening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for joining us on our collab. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to go over and see what Mary's got going on. Honey, please. You know she's fabulous, right, with her eye looks. I want to thank all my new subbies. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Just love you, girls. Keep it coming. And to all my subscribers, if you loved this easy day to night makeup look, give me a big thumbs up on this video.